I think every single label should have a Dr. Oppenlander red tag right there, where it has an eco factor and a health risk factor on a scale from -100 to 100 based on science, based on what we know, based on epidemiological studies, based on environmental studies. Well, I haven't put a -98 on the eco factor because I don't know too many things that do more damage to our planet in terms of sustainability than this product. But then again, there are going to be some people that are just going to rip right through that and eat it still anyway. They're not even like that. They're just going to eat it anyway. So I think we need to go a step further. Yeah, this is what we need to do. So we need to take a product. This is still ground beef. We're going to try to keep it consistent here. And it's got eco factor on it. But now that's on the back side because people don't want to see the eco factor, so they flip it over. And they basically, well, look at that. We've got all this disclaimer now. Isn't that something? All in red say that basically you got to do this, this, and this, and this, or you're going to contrast some diseases. So you never see that disclaimer on a package of broccoli, unless the broccoli was sitting next to this in the aisle. That's interesting. But anyway, back to the eco factor. It's on the back side, so people would be paying attention to it. So what'll get them? I mean, money talks, basically. When there's economic concerns, all of a sudden that'll drive change. Sad, but that's true. So here's what I think we should do. This package of meat, or this animal, or this would be part of many animals the way it's done today. If this were grown in the high plains states, for instance, okay, does it reflect water that we'll never get back in our lifetime from the Ogallala aquifer? No. In fact, it should have some type of cost there, I think. Or if it were grown in the rainforest, where thousand-year-old trees and plants and animal species were destroyed, I think it wouldn't be reflected there, but I think it should be. So here's what I think we should do. We should reflect some of those costs, estimate them, and reflect them. So when you're going down the aisle, you buy a quarter pounder that's either been handled, so they make you pay a little bit more for it, or it's not been handled, and they've reduced their risk. That's not a period, that's a comma. So this quarter pounder would cost $4,190 for that quarter pounder. And the one that hasn't been handled is $3,990. And you know what? That's a deal. That's a real steal. If you had to pay for all the things that were destroyed, typically, by getting that, by the high probability, the high percentage of everything that's grown in the world today and how it's grown, I think that would be a steal. So we're only here on Earth for what I think is a very fleeting, or should be considered a fleeting moment in time, and we've got to pass it on to the next generation. So we really need to serve as stewards, I think. I think we need to be aware of all this, and there has to be some cost factors involved, and then we solve the problem pretty quickly, wouldn't we?